Yo, what's up, man? I wanted to talk about the field of consciousness tonight, which is the field of, you can also think of it as the field of thought, which is like the unified, like we're all unified in this field. It's like all of our consciousness. It's all of our, like, everyone's spirit unified on a subconscious level, but also on a conscious level without knowing it. So every thought that you have, every thought that you think of, some of them come to you, some of them you generate. It's all part of that field, and it's all visible. That's what a lot of people don't realize, is that your thoughts are visible. They're as real as, like, writing them down or verbalizing them. They're real. They're transmissions, and they're transmitted through this field of consciousness. So communication is possible through the field of consciousness, with other beings, with that's everyone's experience. Like, you think of someone and then all of a sudden you get a phone call, or that's just normal, and so we're connected through thought. So thought is it's hard to understand, because you always think that thought is like something that's individual, like you alone in your room thinking. You really think you're isolated, but you're not. You're not isolated. You're part of this field all the time. The whole field of consciousness. And so that's important to understand, that all of your thoughts are visible to others on a subconscious level. And so you can't hide. You can never hide. If you think your thoughts are private, they're not. They are public. So once you realize that, it can give you a sense of power, because you can communicate with people. It's like the internet. You can just communicate with them. You can chat with them through thought, like in reality. And the more you start believing that, the more you can do it, the more effective it becomes. The communication becomes more and more real. And so that's one thing I wanted to. And this also goes. So space and time are illusionary within the spirit world. They're physical constructs that are part of this divisionary process that I talked about before. The divisionary process of creation, of, the individual soul breaking from the whole. The individual soul breaking from the whole, becoming an individual, and then choosing to return to that whole. It's all part of that. So space and time was created as a construct for us to allow us to develop as individual human beings, right? To develop as creators, to learn the ways of creation, and to come back into the unified whole as creators, as our own masters, as the creators that we are. And so space and time within this field of consciousness or of thought is illusionary. It's not real. So you can communicate through space and through time. Through space, meaning you can communicate with people in other areas of the world, and anywhere through space you can communicate freely, instantaneously. And through time is from people thousands of years ago, thousands of years to come. It's all like part of this field of consciousness that's real on a subconscious level. So all of your ancestors, all of your, people who have passed, people who will pass, people who will come, you can communicate with all these people. And that's something, glorious. It's something magical. It's something amazing. And it's something real. And of course, the more your belief, once again, first you have to believe, and then you will conceive, right? So the more your belief, the stronger your belief comes, the stronger your ability to communicate within this field. And so that's something that's not too widely known, I don't think. I don't think it's taught that much. I mean, it is known in many circles, but in many others it's not. So that's just something I wanted to share with you, is that field of consciousness, the power that you have. Like, you're not isolated. You have so much power to communicate in this field. Like, this field is real. And once you start doing that, you have everything, everyone's at your disposition. If you want to talk to someone, talk to that person in your consciousness. Talk to them. They're there. They're ready for you. People, family members are there for you. People you love are there for you. People that have passed away are there for you. And by the way, the same goes as far as, negativity and positivity, right? So the more you're thinking in negativity, you're also spreading that into this field of consciousness, right? And so, you're kind of, you're trying to isolate yourself. And you're obviously not. You're still part of the field of consciousness. But since you can't hide your thoughts, it just, people can sense that. Just, they can see you and they can sense it. And so you're trying to get away from that, that darkness, and coming more into the light. You're trying to. And we've all been in super negativity thought patterns and things, and it's real, it's, people sense it, and so you can also communicate with people in a negative way, but of course in a positive light is where the unity happens, where the unity, but you can have counseling sessions, you can get advice, you can get, everything. You can heal, you can, just with other beings that are out there, that are waiting for you, that are available for you. It's the greatest internet, that you can imagine. It's the greatest technology. Nature is the technology of God. It's truly amazing. Everything that this world we live in is just so complex and so amazing. And we have so much power and tools that are to our disposition that we're not really aware of. And so use that consciousness. Use this field of consciousness to your advantage. Use it to heal. Use it to gain strength, to gain, more wisdom, to heal. A lot of it's for healing, getting all of that negativity out. And you always have the power. So the power against, so if other people are thinking negative about you, right? What is the greatest shield from negativity is, of course, light, So the greatest shield, it's not a shield. It's more of like you're giving light to others, and they're, blinded by the light or something. I don't know how to put it, but that's your greatest defense mechanism is always the light. The light is always the greatest. It's offense, but offense is the greatest defense. But you have to have an offense. You have to have that consciousness of light. You have to be choosing it. You have to be in consciousness. Or else you'll become a product of your surroundings, of your environment, if you're on defense mode, if you're on receptive mode only. You know, if you're on absorption mode all the time, absorbing everything that's around you, instead of creating from within. That's offensive mode, you know, creating from within. You becoming the creator, you showing the leadership, you know, you showing the leadership, creating that from within, showing that light, giving that light. And that's the greatest protector you'll ever see. So if you are experiencing a lot of negative thoughts about other people, make your peace with them, make your peace with others. That's the first thing you got to do, is make your peace with others. Resentment, guilt, hate, jealousy, all of these negative feelings that come with others, that we feel towards others, you have to make your peace with that. And since the field of consciousness is real and it's there, you can do that. You can do that in your mind, you can do that in your thoughts, and it's real. It's not fake. It's not something that is isolated. It's something that's actually happening in reality. So continue with your daily meditations, your daily thought meditations of healing, of getting, ridding all of that, those negative thought patterns, of healing it. And all can happen with consciousness, bringing light to darkness. So that's kind of the thought for tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow.